Hello everyone, welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and I'm always joined with Patrick Booth.
Hey, everyone.
Clay Wood.
Hey, all.
And the most recent ICQ winner, Brandon Weber, also known as Squidward. You guys hear us talk about him sometimes.
Yeah.
How you doing, bud?
Congrats.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you. I'm glad your smell didn't get in the way of your win. So
I know.
How you feel?
I mean, it's a surreal experience, to be honest, to win my first tournament. Like, it feels amazing.
Yeah. Especially
cool.
Hearing that you talked a lot of shit to Jeff.
Jeff talked a lot of shit first
during the game. That got all the way over here to Las Vegas.
No, Jeff beats Anthony, and he's like, "Brandon, you're going down." It's the first sentence out of his mouth. I'm like, "Damn, my bad."
I'm just saying, we were putting money down, saying that Jeff ain't gonna drive your ass home.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awkward drive home. Jeez, it's like
it was fine. We got over it. We're still cool, but we'll get into that a little later. All right. So Brandon, let's pull up the win. You can talk about your team, or pull up the HC unit. Dude, I've been driving since like 9 o'clock this morning. It's so tight.
It's a little.
Are you sure you haven't been drinking and driving?
I did have a beer at lunch.
I know of. Okay.
Well, that was at like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay. All right, Santa Ana. Let me share the screen. Yeah, Brandon and I drove back this morning from LA, so we're both a little tired. We left early, but dude, the rain was intense. Like it was pouring down. Is the screen? I'm sharing the wrong screen, aren't I?
Yeah, you're saying Skype.
God damn it.
Hoping you're gonna send that rain this way to us.
All that rain.
We need the rain in California, though.
There we go. That's the right one. All right. So you played this at the Invitational, and you made top 8 with it. So you brought it back. You're like, it's still good. You didn't change anything, right?
Well, the only change is I put Cathan on the sideline. I don't have Cathan on the sideline in the Invitational.
Okay. Do you feel that made any differences in your games?
When I was talking before the tournament with Anthony, and Anthony's like, it's a little risky. I'm like, yeah, sure, but I don't think it hurt me more than it helped me. I like the defense pump was very helpful at times when people were getting in close. So I didn't have the ESD from Cap, so I was still at a 20 because of the Cathan bump, or at least in 19 if I didn't perplex him because of the Cathan bump and the Black Shirt Porter bump. So it was super hard to hit APOC. And you don't take a lot of actions with APOC. Most of it's just Pulse Wave from Porter, Flurry from Camo, Cap doing stuff, and a lot of the times your fourth action is either carrying with Jin or just charging with the Shark.
Yeah.
That Shark attack is not to be underestimated. Like, especially because with the 2d6 tarot card, you can get a 6 out of nowhere from a bystander, right? And that's just absolutely devastating.
Yeah, he's coming in with the 11 attack.
Yeah.
So too good. All right, so round 1. Who did you play? What did you play?
I believe. Hold on, I pulled up the win so I could actually check the rounds.
You didn't write this stuff down? Come on, man. You got a piece of paper and pen. I told you.
I know. I believe I played Matthew.
I think you played Billy, right? You played the Scarlet Spider team.
No, I played Matthew.
Matthew.
He was playing Spider-Man Prime, and then he was playing Spider Hammerai, like Madam Web, both porters, Black Cat, Hand Ninja, and the super rare Spider-Man from Avengers 60th. Weird ruling came up later about that team. But so he won, or he elected for me to go first. He won map. I think he chose map. I just passed, and then Camo came in with the Queen of Wands up. He had some super senses. I killed the super rare Spider-Man. And then on the crackback, I had also had Wands up for his crackback. So I hit all my rollouts. And then Camo kind of just slaughtered his team from there. My rollouts that game were I hit 3 super sense rolls in a row on Blackshirt Porter. He just could not catch a break with my rollouts.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
cool.
tough for him.
Yeah, I don't think Matt did very well on Saturday. I think he went like 0-3.
Yeah, I think so.
Bummer. All right, round 2.
I played a writer round 2. Yes, I played a writer round 2 who copied my team.
Yeah, mirror matched you.
Yes, he mirror matched me.
He's your little disciple.
Yeah, I know, right? It was actually 2 other camos. I feel like I'm spawning a legion of camo players.
Oh, you're a proud mommy.
I know, it's amazing. So I won map. Alex is to go first. He brought me to Daily Bugle Press Room. He shelled up. I was able to get my porter into Fire Hydrant 1 of the barrier away, so my camo could charge in, pick up the other barrier, kill his white ship porter, and kill his cap. And he was kind of just stuck in that room. He couldn't really get out to get to my backline, so we just had to deal with camo. I hit my rollouts against like his APOC and his Gen, and I think his camo missed because he didn't have a white ship porter. And then turn 2, my camo killed his black shirt porter, went for his back line. And then after that, Cap came in, shot APOC, so he didn't get an APOC rollout, and then killed APOC. And then it was just Jin and his camo versus my whole team. It was just really hard for him to come back from that spot. Even with the trouble alerts, which I didn't have, it was still really hard for him to try to make a comeback against that.
Bummer. But he did go on to get 7th place,
Yes,
so still very good. Round 3, who was
Round
your
3, I played
victim?
Anthony Aragon, the man himself, the 2K Invitational back-to-back champion, and his detectives with Hawkeye and Hawkeye. I won map roll against that team as well. I elected to go first. He brought me to... Can I see Anthony's maps? I actually don't know what map he brought me to. I think it was Gotham City downtown.
Not been that important if you can't remember it.
Dude, it's like big map, man. I don't know any of the names of the big maps.
Jeez, talking crap.
So yeah, he brought me here. And my first turn, I moved up a little bit so I can get closer with camo, and then he like went into a corner, broke a lot of blocking terrain for his Amat's tomb, so he could start doing that extra pen damage next to debris. He put his Kate Bishop out. Excuse me, sorry. Which missed on my cap, so it's like his only attack of the turn. I was gonna try to kill Hawkeye and Hawkeye, but Cap missed an attack on his Kate, so I didn't do the one unavoidable to him. So I was like, camo went in. He missed his World's Finest super sense roll, and since camo was higher points, I just one shot the World's Finest, and I was able to also knock his white ship porter back into a wall while doing some damage to Hawkeye and Hawkeye. His next turn, he like supported Hawkeye and Hawkeye up. Shaggy went in and missed like 3 6s. It was very unfortunate for him. Like he attacked white ship porter with his 13, so he could get the flurry afterwards if he hit, but then he just missed the 6. And then he made a normal attack and missed that too. And then he brought in Destroyer off of my attacks, and that also missed. Like he missed every attack on that turn. And then afterwards, camo came back, was able to kill his Destroyer and his white shirt porter by knocking white shirt porter off a building. Or no, different porter, black shirt porter, by knocking him off a building. And then it was just Shaggy. I hit a crit pulse wave with white shirt porter somewhere and like knocked 3 people off the building. So it's 3 damage, like his whole team. And it was just... I didn't wipe his team because Shaggy was still alive, but I got the Destroyer and the Scrappy Doo, so I was still able to take the 300 points from Anthony.
Ouch. Dang, went down. All right,
Yeah.
and then lastly, before we get into your story, we'll look at the team in a bit. Richard was playing 52 points down all day.
Yes.
Does he just like DC Comics and that's why he did that? He wanted to do like a whole 52 weeks later thing?
No. He
Can
forgot
he
his
not
Black
read
Leopard.
good?
Yeah, he forgot his Black Leopard.
Black Leopard's supposed to have pin particles.
Yeah.
I
It'll
feel
work
like
out
this is like something I have nightmares about.
Dude,
Like, I mean, I literally have anxiety for days before the tournament. I like check and recheck because I'm so
Yeah, for
terrified that
sure.
I'm going to show up and I'll be
Yeah.
missing like a critical thing.
Right.
But I tell Ryder every time before we go, I'm like, check your team, make sure everything is there. He's like, it's there. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
I'm the same. Like
I mean, the
double,
exact same
triple,
as well.
quadruple check. That'd be like the worst nightmare. But yes, Richard went 3-0. Preface this, 248 points throughout the day.
he didn't need those extra 52 points. I'm
like,
too good for that.
This speaks to how good of a player Richard is
For sure.
to just win those games. I don't know how he did it. I didn't play him, but yeah, dude, Richard, you're the man. Just kudos to you, sir.
Man's got the devil's luck.
Yeah, I heard at the beginning of the tournament that Richard was playing 52 points under, and I was like, dang, that sucks for Richard. Like, he's not gonna make cut. And then round 4, I'm playing Richard on table 1. I'm like, how did he get here?
And he's
I
like,
was super
winning.
confused. And I was actually more nervous for that game because I'm like, he's 3-0, 52 points under. Like, what is his team? Like, I can't lose to a team 52 points under. That'd be so embarrassing.
As they say, God taketh, God giveth. God
Yeah.
tooketh his looks, God gaveth him skills in Heroclix.
Yeah. So he doesn't have a theme. So I won map, and then I know he wants the shell. So I brought so I elected to pick map, and I brought him to Atlantis' throne room. And he wasn't really into the game because he was 52 points under. But like he shelled a little bit. Yeah. Camo came in, attacked his King Killmonger. Like he didn't hit the rollout. So Camo blades for min 6 because of Genesis, and like one shot him, and then follow up attack one shot his Kraglin as well. So he was down like 90 points, 100 points, and then all he really had was for attackers was like Scott Porter Pulse Wave and his Ghost Rider. So he attacked me with Ghost Rider. I missed the first rollout, but then I community rolled it and hit the rollout, and then he just gave up. The game was done in literally 2 minutes. And I was like, no offense to the players he played against, but I was really confused on how they lost. I feel like from what I understood is most people were trying to attack into the shape change of the Ghost Rider instead of just going for the swap, which I didn't really understand. I feel like people would have just targeted.
I mean, I appreciate the boldness of your statement of saying everyone was stupid, but
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying you suck because you lost a 248 point team.
I mean, I appreciate the cojones you're showing here, my friend.
Like, dude, but no, dude, just like again, it speaks to Richard's ability to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Like, apparently not against you though, Brandon.
Yeah.
All right, into the finals we go with you, sir. Top 8.
Into the top 8, I was playing Jose, who was playing Monster Theme Team. I believe he should be at the 8th spot at the bottom, Jeff. You want to click on his team. So yeah.
It's his favorite.
Yeah, so I won map. I brought him to Atlantis' throne room again. He just power actioned to break a blocking so Hulk could heal, and then he passed to me. I moved out a little bit so like Cap could get in there and the rest of my team could get in there, and like barriered. And he pulled the Hierophant tarot card. So my ESD was useless, but he also didn't have the White Shirt Porter buff or the RCE buff for Carnage Silver Surfer. So, but I thought this was interesting. So he came in, triple targeted my Black Shirt Porter, my APOC, and my Genesis, and because of the Lightning Ring or the Demonic Ring, of whatever like bumps the damage by 1 to each hit target, he did 2 to everybody and he's dealing pin. So APOC and Jin both got hit to their stop clicks, So like he lost his equipment, took 1 pin and 2 mystics, and I was like, that's weird. Why not just kill Blackshirt Porter? Because I missed my Super Sense rollout, and then heal to the Invincible and then attack like APOC or Genesis, so we wouldn't be taking that mystics. His follow-up attack did kill APOC because I hit the Super Senses on Blackshirt and Genesis. And then he came in with Sky Tyrant where APOC was, missed both attacks with Sky Tyrant, which was pretty brutal. I believe at least one of them was by 1, where that white shirt attack buff would have got him the hit for sure, which was unfortunate for him. And then from there, he full movement run shot with Venom Magneto carrying Hulk and White Shirt Porter up. And like the attack didn't really matter. Because it was like 10 on like 18s or something, and he missed. And then from there, Camo with triple target. Like most of those guys are pretty low dial, so he just kind of ran through his whole team. I hit the sidestep breakaway from Sky Tyrant with White Shirt Porter, and he pulsed 3 people. And then Jen finished off, or Cap, I think, finished off Sky Tyrant. So it was just like Hulk, Prime, and I think White Shirt Porter, and then Carnage, Colossal Carnage in the back that he really had left as attackers. Because Camo killed, he killed, I think the Shark killed Venom Magneto, Camo killed Blackheart, and the Carnage Silver Surfer.
Yeah, you 300 him.
Yeah, I eventually killed the other 3 attackers, and it was just Blackshirt in the back, and he just like, yeah, the game's over. He couldn't really do anything.
Nice. And then you had a rematch with Richard in top 4.
Well, so Richard won his top 8 game, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna concede. He just didn't want to play again.
He wanted
Just
to go
fair.
home.
Yeah, he wanted to go home. I don't think he had a
Can't blame
chance of
the guy.
winning. I don't think he had a chance of winning. Like it really came down to if he hit 3 rollouts in a row, because I have Flurry and the community reroll on the
Killmonger.
So like if he missed all 3, like I one shot Killmonger, and then like at that point I don't think he can really do anything to me. Like at least still like maybe he could have like done something with the Ghost Rider if I didn't kill what's his face? If I didn't kill the swap, he could have swapped into the pin poison, and then maybe killed Camo. That's a possibility. True. But yeah, I don't think he really cared enough at that point. And then in the finals, I played the Jeffrey Bullard man himself.
Yes, my protege.
Yes.
We had a match in the finals.
Yes, and my chauffeur. I won map.
So,
I brought him to Atlantis' throne room. And, he did his stuff. He flipped the tower, which was, I was like, oof. Yeah, I was like, oof. It's like tough to go in, but I know both of our tarot decks have Queen of Wands and High Priestess, and I'm like, this is probably the best chance I'm gonna get right now to try to kill the defend or break the shell. So I was like, alright, I just gotta go for it. Camo was able to get into a spot where he couldn't get probbed, and single target. I didn't single target. This is a bad play for me, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. And targets the defend. My first attack, I just missed, which would have been a crit miss at the end of the actions, and then I hit the second attack. I forgot what you community rerolled that turn. Did you community roll my attack?
I don't remember.
Because I don't think you had a community reroll up for your Killmonger. But you hit it back to back against my community roll anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So Camo took 2 unavoidable. And I was like, well, dude, that sucks. You hit the 2 rollouts in a row. And I was like, man, this is game's over. Like, I can't come back from this. And I was like, all right, let's just see if Cap can do something. So I like sidestepped up White Shirt Porter to place the Fire Hydrant to remove one of his blocking. And then I hypered in. I missed, probbed, hit, and then he probbed me, and then I missed. So I crit missed with Cap as well. And then I passed to Jeff. I don't remember what tarot card you flipped. I don't think it was important.
Defend.
Oh yeah, the defend one. He killed my cap, and then instead of like going for the rest of my back line, I think this is what you misplayed. You hyperfixated on perplexing down Camo's attack by 3.
Yeah,
I think you should have gone for White Shirt Porter.
probably.
Because you did your stuff, like you killed Cap, you got a position, you triple perplexed, and then you got back into your shell, and I was able.
I forgot the barrier.
Yeah, I was able to sidestep a Black Shirt Porter and TK White Shirt Porter into his team, pulse wave this whole team, which blanked his perplexes, so Cam was back to a 12, and separated his team into basically 3 chunks. And then
it just kind of falls apart from there.
Yeah, the Shark free moved in, and then one-shot Black Shirt Porter because he only had 3 clicks left. He missed the Super Sense roll, and obviously it's not equipped, so he didn't get the Killmonger roll. And then Camo flurried Demon and Armor to get rid of the Defend, which I believe you hit Killmonger rollout for one of them. No, you missed it for Demon and Armor, but then you hit it for the Killmonger himself, I believe.
Probably.
I think I blazed the to 5, which became 3 because Demon and Armor can reduce pen. Killed the Demon and Armor, and so he flipped Queen of Wands, and he failed his willpower, but then he hit his leadership. So I was thinking for like a couple minutes on if I wanted to community reroll the leadership, because at this point it was just a swap and like White Shirt Porter because Saki was pushed. So it was like super important if he was able to do something. So I ended up community rerolling it. Luckily he missed the leadership. And the swap, he swapped into Flurry for Black Skull. But I hit both my APOC rollouts because he only had a 3 printed, and he had wands up. And then he conceded from there.
I did. I was done. Playing at that point.
Yeah, you were in a really bad spot.
Yeah,
for sure.
I got put on tilt a little bit with you repeating everything that I was doing back to you or back to me, and then keep asking me, "Are you done?" Next.
Okay, to be fair though, I don't feel like I asked you that much. Like your first turn, like you finished your barriers.
First turn was fine. It was quick, and then
I asked if
once
you were done.
once you were down, then,
I'm like, all right, you're good.
Then you kept pushing me, and then I got put on tilt. So
yeah, dude. I don't like playing from behind against the Fin shell because I know how long it takes to make sure you have that shell. So I'm like, all right, dude, we gotta keep moving. I'm
just saying. Right now. 400 plus miles away in Las Vegas, we're sitting at a bar, hearing how you're berating Jeff.
I don't know if
being
berating is the proper
grand
word.
Asshole.
I don't think I was being an asshole either.
Are you done? Hurry up. We need things to go.
I never said hurry
People
up.
are quoting this.
I never said hurry up. I never said hurry up.
I'm sitting at a circle table with frickin' John Alley, Roland, and Pidgeotto himself going, like, Squidward's being this oppressive and dickish?
You're being obnoxious. It was obnoxious.
Right?
I was embarrassed you were behaving that way.
The balls it takes to tell the man who's nice enough to drive your poor ass around, right? To hurry the fuck up, right? You're like, talk to him like you're his girlfriend and he's having, dick problems. Okay?
No,
don't do that.
Dude, I didn't feel like I was being that rude.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure you didn't feel that way.
That was my bad.
400 miles plus away.
I was on tilt because I missed everything, and I hit like basically 3 crit misses, and I'm like, dude, I just want to get back to my turn so I can try to get back into this game.
You were turning the goddamn pinball machine sideways at this point. Slapping it, trying to make it your bitch. Okay,
Patrick, I don't think I've loved you much more than I have right now.
I'm telling you right now.
Thank you so much.
If you have the balls to ever do that to me, I'm letting you know and our audience that I will pimp slap the shit out of you.
Right.
Okay. And continue to roll dice.
Yeah, no, like for sure. Like, if I ask you if you're done, you say no, you got it, bro. Like, you're good. Keep playing.
Did you treat your other opponents?
You asked me once?
Was that the only one you treated that way like that? Or was it like everyone all day?
No, I didn't treat anyone else like that.
It was just me?
I heard it was just...
I know your team takes forever to situate, and I know you didn't have, too much practice with it. So you weren't, perfect with it. So I was like, okay, I know his turns
Made
might
it
take
to
a
the
little bit
finals. I
longer.
think I did pretty good.
I'm
You
hearing-
did amazing.
I'm
Like,
hearing
not gonna say
goddamn
that you did bad. Like, you did
excuses here.
amazing.
To try
Yeah,
and justify your dickish actions.
So mind you, I had one practice game with this team against my son. Caleb was very so. If to preface it, I played Caleb's team, the scientist team that he played at our invitational. Very fun team to play, by the way. And I've been messaging him back and forth this past week. All right, what do we do? How do we set up? Da 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 da. And he's like, do this, do this. I'm like, all right, I got this. Easy. I did okay. I went 2-2 in Swiss. The two games I lost were both very winnable. Round one, I played a new guy I hadn't seen before. His name was Ben. He was playing like a Ghost Rider kind of team. He had Cthon in there. He brought in Cthon. Go figure, right? So I won.
And he lost then.
So I was like, all right, I'll take an easy 300 real fast. And then round two, I got to play. I think it was Anthony, and I played Anthony.
Anthony round two.
And the detective team. I set up real nice. He came in, he dropped the tank on me, which was okay because he didn't hit my main attackers. Because I set up to where he couldn't tank them because he wouldn't be able to place them. Because if you tank somewhere and you don't have enough room to place all the characters, you can't legally place the tank. You have to be able to place them adjacent to the tank. So I set up knowing that was going to happen. And I was all set. I got the Pulse Wave +2 card. I made an air and I just went to break away with Saki. He's got the cloak, right? Plastic. I hit it and then he commuted me out of it to a 1. And I wasn't able to get my Pulse Wave into position because that would have decimated his team. Like I had all the lines to knock them, and I was playing the WD, so I was able to control the angles that I'm knocking people back from. Then I would have knocked them all into White Shirt Porter, pulse waved him again, and dealt like 6 damage to everyone because it's the 2 plus the knockback damage. Like,
yeah, brutal.
Just misplay on my part.
Community token when you did anything other than a 1.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was like you said that. I was like, damn, you did that? That's like
No, dude, it was
fair
smart.
play.
Like, that's why Anthony's good. But my
Yeah,
air there that Anthony and I talked about is I probably should have just killed the tank. I should have brought in Black Skull, flurry the tank, exploits, only 2 clicks, 50 points. I usually just ignore the tank, but in that instance, I probably should have. Hindsight's 20/20, killed the fucking tank, right? So we actually had a really close game. I almost came back and won. But it wasn't a complete slaughter. And then round 3, I play. Who did I play round 3? Oh, round 3, I play Jose. He's playing the monster team. I move up, shell up. I flip the tower card. He comes in, he crit misses a bunch. And then I'm able to retaliate, pulse wave, kill a bunch of things. And that's game. And then I play Brian round 3. He's playing the same team he played in the Invitational. And a couple of things caught me off guard, so I was able to kind of learn from my mistakes. It was, again, close game. Very close in points, but he got it, so I went 2-2. I was 6th seed going into the top 8. Top 8, I got my rematch against Brian, and I was able to capitalize on my errors and get the win this time. Jennifer Kale's tricky. She threw me for a loop the first time I played against her. So I was able to fix that. Round top 4, I got to play against Anthony. Again, I was able to redeem myself.
Did you play top 8? There was Brian again, right?
Yeah, it was rematch with Brian. And then top 4 was rematch against Anthony. So I was able to correct my errors and do what I needed to do to capitalize the win. It was very close. It was like under 10 points, I think, difference. And then played you again in the finals, and misplays on my part. Dropped the opportunity to place a couple barriers that would have protected the shell. So misplay on my part, but very happy with the team. Thank you, Caleb. Much appreciated for letting me borrow it. But yeah, let's go through the other teams. So Anthony,
can I ask a question? Brandon?
Yeah.
Curious, so Brandon, you've been playing this team for quite a while now. And,
Yeah,
and
since just December ICQ.
Curious, like, what have been your like takeaways? What have you learned that kind of like let you elevate your game from months ago to where you are now?
Apparently, one of them's treat people like shit.
I mean, that always helps. I mean, if I'm tilting the opponent, they play bad. Like that's it's mental warfare is a tactic.
100%. 100%.
But
the more you know.
Yeah. No, I felt like in that ICQ and in the Invitational, I could have won both events. Like I knew the team was good, and I knew I could win with the team. I just needed to break through, and I was finally able to break through this tournament. I also used Porter constructs a little bit more. Like I said, against Ryder and against Chef, I both dropped Fire Hydrant to remove some blocking terrain, which I did not do in any of those first two tournaments.
It's important.
So that helped out a little bit, because like if I didn't have the Fire Hydrant to drop, I wouldn't have been able to get in on Ryder. And it would have been really hard, because I flipped charge +2, so I think he would have been able to get to me with camo. So I was like in a really bad spot if I wasn't able to do anything there.
Ooh, okay.
But luckily I had the way to get that one barrier out of the way, because he buried on like a T, and I could pick up one barrier, but I couldn't break through the second barrier or the wall because of the stop sign.
Yep.
So I needed to get that one barrier out of the way, and luckily the Fire Hydrant has the 6, and it wasn't 4. And I was still able to keep White Shirt Porter at least adjacent to another person, so he got that +1 bump from Black Shirt. If he tried to go through my back line, it was still going to be a little bit harder, especially without his White Shirt Porter.
Yes.
So that helped. And I was also just more confident with the team as I've been playing it more. I think the Cathan was helpful as well. Just feeling less like my Jin and APOC weren't going to do that much, especially after White Shirt died. They did 10 attacks, and I'm like, this is like kind of sucky. But at least with APOC, he still had an 11, which was like pretty decent. Like you could still hit a lot of stuff with an 11. And then he gets a 12 if White Shirt's on the map, which is super solid. Just going in and phasing 9 and then attacking something for 4 with a 12 attack. I was able to get in against a practice game against Ryder. I was able to just port through his whole team and attack the Black Shirt in the back before I attacked the rest of his stuff, so he lost the defense bump. So
it's actually really
that
good.
That +1 attack really helped.
Extra movement too, get you in there. Yeah, that's actually true. Very cool.
Thanks,
do you think adding super friends and troublemakers to your sideline would help?
I mean, I don't think it would hurt. But also at the same time, like you have to think about that. And like the team is like it's really good at killing already, and it's just like really good at going. So I just wanted to stay focused on just like, okay, what can I maximize my damage with my pieces already? So Camo he just does so much damage with the flurry, like especially with the knockback from the super strength. It's just so much damage. Either 12 if you're single targeting and blazing because it's min 6, or you can spread that 10 out and you could get to 16 if everyone takes that 1 damage from both attacks. So it's just so much damage, and it's exploit, so you can't reduce it unless you have invincible or you can reduce pen.
Fair. Very cool. All right. Are you gonna keep playing the same team, or are you gonna switch it up?
I'm gonna switch it up. Like Anthony, like he doesn't like to play the same team that wins. And I made a bet with you that once I qualified, I was gonna stop playing Jin for the season.
Fuck! Thank God.
Yeah, I know.
You were cheating.
Yeah, everyone calls me a Genesis crutch. So I was like, all right, well, let's finish it.
Have you built a team have you played a team in a tournament without her though?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
She's good.
Call that a weakness.
Maybe. This is like I played 3 like different iterations of Genesis teams though. I played 150 Genesis, and I played like the more good stuff non-themed version with Mad Gem, and then finally the camo team. So I've played 3 different versions. It hasn't just been like the same version, like getting tweaked a little bit every time, until it finally worked. So it's still Genesis, but it's not the same.
Fair. Alrighty. Let's look at our opponents. Again, Clay, we missed you. Hope you had fun skiing though.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice.
All right, so Hawkeye and Hawkeye. I have a newfound respect for this figure. Like I saw Josafa play it, and then I was like, all right. And then I actually got to see it in person. These are good. This is good. Price check on Hawkeye and Hawkeye. Just like the amount of damage output you can get with these guys and the mobility, it's very good. Very, very good. Anthony did a cool trick where he popped out the bystander and attacked with it. And then she was on elevated. He pulled the elevated out and was still able to make the 2 attacks with Hawkeye and Hawkeye. I was like, didn't have to worry about me killing her, did you? He's like, nope. I was like, all right.
That's cool.
That was a very cool trick. Yeah, team solid. I love Shaggy. Shaggy is...
Right, Roland? Shaggy. That's my boy.
Yeah, Shaggy's good. Especially, I've been practicing with my old Mr. Ink team a lot lately. But the Search with a Moth's Tomb and Shaggy is about as peas and carrots. Yeah, it's very, very good. In one turn, you can get 3 tokens just from Shaggy. Like, it's wild. So keep an eye out for that, friends. But yeah, team very strong. Yeah, it was definitely tough to beat the second time. So Anthony's also a great player. So he's always coming out with new innovative things. Watch out, Rock Cup. Baragons are coming for you. All right, Richard Medina.
How do you get 3 tokens with Shaggy? Sorry.
Oh, sidestep.
Yep.
Charge, move, destroy. The charge gives you 2 actions technically because it gives you the charge, right?
Oh, I see.
The move, and then the
free
charge. Free close, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good question. Richard, oh my God, this guy. 250 or 48 points. So
side note real quick.
So I think he's just trying to make me feel bad. He takes a fraction of my team and goes top 4 with it.
Yeah. So going into that round 4 against Richard, I had 900 points. So I had the maximum points possible. But since Richard's team was only 248, I didn't finish with 1,200 points. And Swiss, I was a little salty about that.
Sad day. Sad
bear. I was like,
let me do something that you're trying to do right now.
Yeah.
Measure. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So side note, much kudos to Richard for playing points down. But look at this true Bronze Age figure right here, Magician of Black Chaos.
That thing was dope in the day.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You asked Jeff. This was my piece back in the day, man.
So like when I first started playing Heroclix back in like 2017, Brandon was a young child then, and he would play only exclusively Yu-Gi-Oh! Heroclix.
Good for him.
And my first experience of him doing that was dropping the Magician of Black Chaos on me and like fucking me up. I was like, what the fuck?
It was worse too because the SR Karibo from the first set says when he gets KO'd, you deal 2 pen to every adjacent character. So you run the Karibo in, this KOs the Karibo. So everyone will take 2 pen, and then he just plops. And back in the day when he comes in with 11 attack, EE, Side Blast, Outwit, like he's gonna hit for another 4 on someone.
Yeah, he's
really
cool. I like it. I'm gonna have to dig mine out.
I think I used to do it with Mystical Elf because everyone always wanted to kill her because like she was the best support battery and healer.
Very cool. Yeah, good job, Richard. Dang,
now,
you got no super strength.
You get 180 points though.
You do, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's super killable.
Yes.
More killable than Destroyer.
Yeah.
We're gonna side note.
Now, here's an interesting question.
Wanted to
Can
bring
you
this stuff up real fast.
sideline attach someone that's already on your sideline?
What?
Can you Cathan a Magician of Dark Chaos while he's sitting on your sideline?
Nope.
No, because Cathan says you have to choose
at the beginning of the game.
Friendly character with a mystical keyword.
And that person is a friendly character with a mystical keyword.
Yeah, but it's at the beginning of the game and he's off the map.
You're not friendly to you when you're on your sideline.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I think
you only can choose characters on the map. That's how I roll.
That's a good question, though.
Clay, do you have any?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is implied that it has to be a character on your main force.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff.
Problem with a lot of the words that you say it is the word imply there, and if we know anything about the world of Heroclix is you can imply or assume something, and it could be the other way around.
Yeah.
We could probably go look this up, but I would be very surprised if it's not explicitly.
I agree with you, gentlemen. It's just Yeah.
Side note, real fast. Clay added this very cool feature to HC units. apparently Richard does not have any super strength on his team. So he had this checklist of all the different powers you have on your team. Like, these are the important ones that you probably need. So leadership, super strength, telekinesis, outwit, prob, and perplex. So you get a green check if you have it on your team somewhere, and you get a red X if you don't have it anywhere. So do you want to explain kind of how that works a little bit, Clay, while we're looking at it?
Sure. So I added this feature because I don't know about you all, but man, I keep building the perfect team, and then I realize that I don't have leadership, and then I realize it's not quite the perfect team, and so I wanted the ability. It seems like, you know, the tool itself should tell us these things, but it was a much more difficult problem to solve because I needed to make sure that the powers that are being conveyed are actually the ones on the click that's associated with the point value that you pick the figure at. In other words, like if you pick Iron Inquisitor at 50 points, you don't want his like 100-point powers to be passed along to you. So it took me a little while to figure out how to find that association, but in addition to being able to see all of the top powers, these kind of like top S tier powers, we also improved the search functionality. So when you search for a point value of a character and the powers, it'll actually only show you things for the click that those powers are on. We're gonna keep working on this. We're gonna make this so that it's customizable, and so you'll be able to pick and choose your favorite S tier powers, not just the ones that I picked for you.
Yeah, I only want Battle Fury and Earthbound Neutralize, okay?
Dude, Earthbound Neutralize hasn't been printed in years. I don't know why the power still exists.
It was.
I was looking for Incap.
The recent sets.
Has it been?
I have to go look it up.
I mean, the most recent that I know of.
It's never a top dial.
Yeah, is that I know tarot card. A tarot card gives Earthbound Neutralize to people.
Let's look this up.
Oh, that's a good trivia question.
Are we talking about the last piece to have Earthbound Neutralized?
All right, I'm going to figure it out, and who wants to take a guess?
All right, you obviously see my screen. I'm not cheating. I'm just going to range it with a set. Oh.
And this is anywhere on the dial.
Anywhere
probably,
on the dial?
Probably in... dude, I don't even know. Not in Notorious, was it? I feel like one figure Notorious had it. No? No, we looked at the dials. I don't remember Earthbound Neutralized.
Are we going to assume that we're skipping legacy cards too?
Ooh, that's not fair. Yeah, no, actually, like, new figure.
Okay.
Shit, dude.
The last one I remember was because I have this piece.
What was pre-Wonder Woman?
SR Starfire from Rebirth has it on her last click. That's a stop click.
I remember who it is. It
Yeah?
was that stupid Hulk that had it on his first click, and they changed the rules where you had to
Captain America Avengers.
You could take the damage to get on the second click, right?
Nope, there is a piece that's more recent. We're talking anywhere on the dial, not just starting, right?
Yeah.
Actually printed, not on a special power.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Mine doesn't exist then.
Dude.
Is it armor? Is she before him or after him?
Is it? All right. Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
All right, we're gonna tell you.
What genre?
Hell yeah.
Hella?
No.
Oh, WWE figures?
No. Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Kite Man?
I was right. Notorious.
Neutralized on his last 3 clicks.
I was right. Notorious. I guess that. See, you should have said I was right when I said
that's
Notorious.
right. He does lose his power, doesn't he?
And I did not count Leapfrog from the upcoming next phase set, who apparently has it on his clicks 2 and 4.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
There you go. Still being used even in the new sets.
Okay.
It's like probably one of the most rarest powers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really a power if it really screws you?
I feel like that's one they could update. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I always said it's like Earthbound Neutralize was like the only power that actively hinders you rather than helping it.
Nowadays.
Battle Fury has some side effects that could potentially be negative, but these days
That's true.
People are liking Battle Fury more and more. Yeah, I agree. I think they need to fix this and actually do something useful. It made sense, for some thematic things, like Bruce Banner turning into Hulk.
Yeah.
But
People
honestly,
activating powers, yeah.
It's like it's pretty bad these days, and it'd be nice to just do something more interesting with it.
But whatever will I do with my old telephone booth that does one click of damage to my guy?
Bummer. All right. Well, let's get off our tangent. Circle back to the ICQ. My round 4 and top 8 opponent, Brian. He had a cool. His same team: Ghost Rider, Lilith, Ghost Goblin, Mephisto, Chaos Porter. Yeah, just we had a good back and forth. Good game. Like I said, I was just able to kind of learn from my mistakes. Game 1, and I took him to a long map, so I was able to barrier up a little easier and move up a little further, where it was harder for him to get in. He wasn't able to spin away. He was able to spin away Saki game 1 and did some damage to him, so that it hurt. But actually, I don't think Saki died till like the very last turn, so he was able to recover a little bit and do some work. But again, interesting team. The only difference from the ICQ he changed was adding Wendigo to the sideline. So probably better, less points. He did bring Black Skull in our top 8 match, which gave me a lot of points. So that definitely was an effect. Let's see, Austin. All right. One of the Bakersfield guys. Oh, Doppelganger. Nice. Yeah, I didn't play Austin.
I liked this team just looking at it because it had a number of pieces that we haven't seen in a very long time, if ever. Yeah. I haven't seen anybody play the new Ace Legacy card yet.
No, very cool. Yeah, let's see.
Doppelganger it's been a long time since I've seen a Doppelganger.
Yeah, definitely very cool move. I always enjoyed playing him. He's fun. Blackheart ports him over. He gets to go over and do all those attacks.
Nice.
Ace does some cool stuff. Mind control.
Basically gets rid of Outwit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Faust and Porter. Nice. So defense bump.
Yeah.
There you go. I might have gone white shirt just to get the extra attack for Doppel.
Yeah.
Get to could port it over 2 people then, right? Blackheart, Doppelganger, and white shirt. Unless he was doing it.
Well, he could port the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but it's probably like you port over the white shirt, right? Pulse wave everybody.
Yeah.
And then Doppelganger turn off all the stuff, and then Doppelganger can go in. Don't have to deal with any perplexes or anything. Or
was he themed?
Unthemed.
Okay.
I feel like this is very close. Oh, Ace.
Yeah, almost Scott Porter. The Scott Porter is a very weird choice if you go unthemed.
Yeah,
you don't get the community rules.
Oh, I think you still get the defense bump.
You do. You have to share a keyword.
Maybe the keyword didn't have his T keyword didn't have TK, and that's why he needed it because it's cheaper TK.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Ace shares a keyword with anyone though.
Yeah.
So she doesn't get a defense bump.
Oh, she shows keyword reporter.
What?
No, this is a black shirt. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Cool.
Ace can share keyword with black shirt.
He doesn't have super strength. What'd you say, Patrick?
I was going to say, black shirt can share a keyword with anyone. He just picks the keyword.
Yeah.
Well, that's when establishing theme teams.
Mystical, right?
I mean, does it matter if he's not themed?
I think what they're saying is he can pick a keyword that Ace shares, and then there.
Correct.
That's true.
Yeah. I guess.
And she can just bury the 2 of them in the entire game, I guess.
It's cute.
And she has TK too, so yeah, I don't know. It's a strange pick, but let's assume.
Hey, it got him 6th place, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Prodigal son. Here we go. His big brother Brandon let him borrow the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, he did good with it. He got 7th place. Dude, it was a tough field. Like out of 18, it's good.
He has more sideline friends than I do.
Yeah, I don't know if he got to use him at all. I think I saw him bringing some people.
He Vulcaned me, but I was on Invincible like the whole time.
That's fine, but at least he remembered.
Yeah.
He remembered. All right. and not Jose Cush, it's Jose Barragan. I can't roll my R. Sorry, friends. He's playing the Monster team. It was fun. Kind of throwback to the old Monster days, right? Yeah. Lightning Daimonic. What's that one? See-through Stealth.
I thought it's interesting that he's playing both Blackheart and Venom Magneto, which I'm assuming that allows him to like TK out two guys, run Blackheart over, and then do the free place.
So against me, because I moved up, like he doesn't really need it because Carnage he ports Carnage Surfer and Sky Tyrant.
Yeah.
So once they port 5, like they pretty much both have full board reach at that point.
Yeah. On small maps, certainly, but probably not on big maps.
Yeah, on small maps, yeah. Maybe he was doing that for big maps.
I think Venom Magneto also gives leadership, which looks like he needs.
He does. Dang, why isn't Jose? He should. I thought he had super strength on here. No, yeah, Hulk should have super strength,
but not on top.
Starting.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
On starting.
That's fair. See,
he gets it almost immediately, but
yeah. Jose hit like when he was playing me, hit like 2 6s back to back. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he had a 1 against me, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was fun. It was nice seeing an old Monster team come back with the new Blackheart. But I'm so in old practice when I see Blackheart. I think the 75.1. I gotta change my way of thinking.
So I think we wanted to. Is it a good time to move on to the other topic that we wanted to discuss?
Sure.
All right,
let's do it.
I think before the show, Patrick, I think, brought this up. And that was a good idea. But basically, like, on the other parts of the country, silver is starting to dominate the tables. And I thought it's kind of interesting because it's similar-ish in ways to bronze, of which we have much more experience on the West Coast playing. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious to see, like, is there going to be more cross-format influence between the two? Not only in terms of the rules that we're seeing some similarity there. Silver Age Rock is kind of innovating a little bit. They're being pretty aggressive with ban lists. They are introducing a cap like on Modern Age elements or a floor. And they're also doing 400 points instead of 300. So kind of curious to see how not only the rules but also like the meta. We may see some interesting stuff being played out on the East Coast in the RFC circuits, and curious to see how those might impact bronze and vice versa.
I know tournament was played this weekend, right? Or last weekend?
Sorry,
there was the one this weekend.
There was a tournament this weekend. I just posted it.
About the same time we played.
A lot of different stuff. Very different than, or pretty different than I think what we've been seeing out on the West Coast.
So Clay, let me give them some basis so they know. Like,
you mean they weren't playing borders? They weren't playing 250
point.
Oh, they're playing 350 point teams.
Yeah.
So this all came up. So for our listeners, right, is that I was approached by a couple people that listen to our podcast, and they were saying, well, isn't bronze just modern with like equipment, right?
Old equipment, yes.
Which is old equipment, right? And I said, what do you mean? And they actually referenced Brandon's recent win. Like, Brandon just built a modern team and just added some elements that are in bronze. And they said, well, is it truly bronze format then? It's like anyone could take 10 points off their team or 25 points, whatever, off their team and slap some equipment on that's been collecting dust. Now it's a bronze team. And I go, well, that's a fair answer. And then what Clay brought up makes true is like, is it relevant for us, bronze players, I'll call it that, right? Or at least West Coast people that know what the heck bronze is, right? To consider that maybe the format needs something like what I guess Silver is doing, where they're saying a percentage of your team needs to be bronze or silver or whatever it is that you're playing, so it really feels like a different format rather than just sprinkles on a cupcake, right? Yeah. And I sat there listening to them, and they had some relatively good feedback because I'm wondering if that is a I don't want to call it a deficit, but a topic that needs to be discussed, right? And luckily for us, we have someone on the board of bronze people that could potentially respond to this. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Thanks for having me on, guys. Like how I look at bronze is that it's a builder's format, right? And we don't want to restrict people in what they build, right? I feel we've built a very balanced format to where there's answers for things. There's no one thing, minus Scott Porter's, that are being consistently played on the same teams, right? Like if you looked at the variety of like the Invitational, right? There's a bunch of different teams. Like it's a lot of rock, paper, scissors. I don't feel we have a stale format. I feel people are very creative with the different teams that they build, and that there's different teams winning each time. I know in the past when there was resources, like certain resources were definitely dominating and winning over and over again. It was like the same team, or actually same person, excuse me, winning over and over again. Like I don't think like I don't want to restrict people in what they're building with. Like we have curated our figures. We do have a ban list, but it's for intentional reasons that make unfun play experiences, right? Like I know, if I remember correctly, they banned Scarlet Witch in bronze, right?
Mm-hmm.
In silver, yeah.
Excuse me, silver, but not Agatha, right? So,
correct.
Like we haven't seen Scarlet Witch win anything since Clay was Scarab, right?
Yep.
So, like if she's out here winning constantly, sure, right? We can look at something like that. But why would I ban a figure no one's playing?
So if I'm understanding you correctly, then right, you're saying because our players are so freaking awesome,
yeah,
right, that they're not abusing the format, and because they are so creative, right, there's no need for this. Now, I love that answer. It's a great answer, right? But I guess the devil's advocate inside of me
always
says, well, that's great that you have good players out here that do that, right? But let's say a satellite region decides to pick up bronze tomorrow, right? Not having those regulations in place, right? That concept, like what the people I'm referring to brought up, is actually a real good feel. Like they're having feelings about it in the sense of like it doesn't feel like a different format because of the prevalence of modern, and modern power scale is very much different compared to older figures, right? I dare say anything from BTU to now is very much big power scale different from just things 3-4 years ago, right?
For sure. That's just the natural power creep of the game, though.
Mm-hmm.
But like 2 examples, you go to Brandon's team. You take away the Awk Arms, the team is annoying, but it's nowhere near as scary because he's not flurrying you. Like it's the flurry from the Awk Arms that make that team scary. Like you put that in a modern event, he'll do okay, but he's not going to be able to like KO 2 main people right off the bat. It's just going to be one person. You look at Nick's team, mostly modern minus the equipment, and then you have the ATA, right? So that even takes it even back a little further, right? That's actually the true bronze aspect of the team. Brandon didn't technically have a true bronze, right? It's silver, but they came after. It's cool. So like it's the older figures that are making the modern teams viable, right? Because you see anyone else playing camo like that in
I
modern?
don't know. I don't really pay attention to modern too much.
I'm just asking. Like I don't know. I don't pay attention to modern either, right? So
He showed up a little bit.
A little bit, but is it similar to how he's built it, or is it different? Like
I would assume
Fairly
camo
similar.
plays.
It's
very
probably
similar.
APOC Gen.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other 100 points, but it's probably APOC.
Cap is
But
going to be on that team, yeah.
Cap's gonna be on the team. You look at Nick's team. Is anyone playing 4 surfers and doing well?
I think people are playing 2 and doing well, not 4.
2 or 3,
But
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the team. The team is 4 though.
Yeah.
Right. Anthony's team, if we look at it from the Invitational, has a good mix of non-modern elements, right? If it loads, I can do some math here. Here we go. So do we want to count equipment or not?
I think they're based on what I was hearing from the people is don't count like equipment, because I think that's the thing that they reach for right away. It's just like old equipment's good.
then he'd be playing like 75 points. Let's
Yeah.
try Sentinel and 3 Wendigos that are not modern, right? Because are still modern.
But to be fair, like to be more equivalent to the Silver Age, like it's anything that's points counts towards the category.
Yeah.
Then
so could
it
there
would
be a compromise?
95.
So
Maybe
maybe
100 points. It'd be 100 points of Bronze Age of non-modern legal events for Anthony's team.
So Jeff, maybe
Not including sideline.
I always like taking everyone's what their feedback is and trying to incorporate it into something, because there's always a grain of truth in everything.
No, 100%.
That way, right? When maybe we create a side format such
I was just going to suggest that.
floor bronze.
Yeah.
Where, like, kind of like how Silver Age is 400 points, and there's a lot of kickback to that 400 points right now. People are throwing around. Yeah.
Is it 3 actions or is it 4 actions?
It's 4 actions, but there's a lot of people that are kicking back against the 4 because they're saying, well, Heroclix was designed for 3 and such, right?
Unless you're going to extend the timer, because that's a lot of stuff.
That's the other issue, is they extend the timer to, I think, an hour, right? Maybe there's a consideration there that, okay, cool. You want to field a format where you got to field real Bronze Age things, right?
I definitely think doing like a side event with like 100 floor bronze would be worth it.
I think that would help
non-modern
people that are trying to get into like the format and really see like both sides of the format, where it's just like it's just added extra fun.
100%.
Compared to feeling it out.
Yeah, to go back to that power scaling point that Jeff brought up, like compared to now, the Bronze Age pieces they're really bad, and that's like gimmicky. Like, there's a lot of cool gimmicky pieces out there, but like if you're just playing a piece, like if you're looking at a hitter from 2010 to now, like the difference is, astronomical. Like if you're looking at a 110 point piece like Camo, and then going back 10 years and looking at a 110 point piece, like there's gonna be no correlation. Like you can't even make a similarity.
Correct.
Yeah, I think a lot of the reason why people use the equipment is because the equipment of that age was designed for a time when you couldn't add it to your force automatically, and there was effectively there was a hard limit of 3 and a soft limit of 2, because pragmatically you couldn't equip more than 2 things on each open turn. Yeah, and so now that you can have something on every single piece on your team, it makes those things much more hyper efficient, than they ever were before. I think that's why people gravitate towards them.
It's got to get creative.
Yeah.
There's like
to bring up your point, Patrick, you said if we drop this format in a remote location, obviously they're going to look to the stuff they know, right? They're going to look at the modern pieces and be like, okay, how can we put a little bit older on it? But I think given time, those players will figure out, oh, this works like a lot better in this format because of new pieces, right? So I feel like making that saying just drop it somewhere, they're just gonna play modern. Like obviously they're just gonna play modern because that's what they know. They're not immediately gonna branch out and find all these hidden tricks that are in bronze that have been shown countless times by players.
And that's why I'm thinking that I think what Jeff is agreeing with is that we tell them like start with the bronze, let's say floor. Let's call it bronze floor for argument's sake. Start with bronze floor so you can just kind of feel it out, right? Because we don't want people to just kind of get into the habit that it is modern with just extra equipment, because it's not. And I agree with that, right? I wouldn't be on this podcast if I didn't agree with that. Yeah. Right. But we don't want people having that, I guess, call it faulty logic or faulty way of looking at things where it just lives in this itty bitty box, right? Because bronze is a very open format. I like how Jeff says it. It's a creators format, right? It's a
team builders format,
right? Because the more time and effort you put into it, the better your team's going to get. Even if it's that little extra 1% because you found someone that's slightly better, but maybe an extra 5 points more. That's from like 10 sets ago, right? Okay, great, right? But if you just drop it in the middle area, if you don't I guess use the word foster that need to look out into yonder, right, into the void to find it. You're going to get people that just go and say it's just frickin' equipment onto new figures, right?
You kind of want to encourage people to look elsewhere, right? To kind of explore and see what else is out there. 100% understand that. And not everyone does that naturally.
Correct. And plus, I think if we did have this additional add-on format, I think it'll be good for our players so they get out of their comfort zone.
I always say get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Because playing the same GD team for 2 years, I know you know who I'm talking about.
Talking about Roland and his combined team?
No, not him.
Oh.
There's some people in California that I'm referencing. I'm not going to call them out, right? They're definitely short people.
Ryder?
Nah, he's too short. Change it up.
So it'll be variety is the spice of life, friends. Alrighty. Well, I appreciate you bringing that up. It's a very interesting topic. Yeah, no, I have no problem talking about it. I'm always open to try something new, But yeah, next time we do a big event and we can make it an extra day, or just once cut starts, just do 3 rounds of the side event.
Didn't we do that at the ICQ? We had an event Friday where we had the last chance, and then we had something after it.
Teams.
That was great, right?
Yeah.
And then we had an event Saturday night, didn't we?
Yeah, that was Popper. Popper
Swiss.
Or not Popper.
The Saturday night event could be that, right?
If you didn't want to do
something like that, yeah. I mean,
100
that's
floor.
a nice thing. Mm-hmm.
For sure. No.
Yeah.
I think so, Jeff. Maybe I'm curious if you have any more information, but in the interview that Patrick Yapoko did with Anthony a few weeks ago,
Pat.
Yes, mentioned that you guys are looking at Scott Porter.
He's been on my radar for a long time. He's been on my radar since he's come out.
Also, doing more Bronze Age pulp, since there was so much interest from that. Curious if there are any updates that you have.
We haven't made any decisions on Porter, but I'm looking. So at the top 4 teams, there's 4 white shirts, 3 black, and then let's see, 6 white shirts or 5 white shirts, 5 and 4 white, or 5 and 4, 6 and 5, and 7 and 6. Porters in top 8.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I think it's WizKids that needs to do something. I know, historically, I think you all have been averse to making any bans or aggressive changes against what are currently modern age legal figures, unless they're significantly abusive. The reality is Scott Porter's only been out for what, 6 months?
Not even Worlds. He came out after Worlds, which was
say
middle
6.
of
Say
September.
6 to be safe. Yeah.
5 months. And it took a while for everyone to get them all too, right?
Yeah.
Some people had them right before Worlds too.
That's crazy. They must live really close to New Jersey.
Because
mine were waiting for me.
In my opinion, I think white shirt is more abusive than black shirt because of the sheer fact that he gets the keyword for those rings, and those rings were not designed for that many figures.
Yeah.
So
at that cheap value.
My fix for white shirt is that he can't be equipped. He's significantly less annoying, right? You don't get the constructs, you don't get that free perplex. He can pulse wave you. That's super fucking annoying. But the ring, I think, definitely puts him over the top. And black shirt, my fix would be make his reroll within range and line of fire. Because the community reroll anywhere on the map is stupid.
It's really good.
So dumb.
I don't have as much as personally. I don't have as much problem with black shirt because he only can do it 3 times.
Dude, when you have 3 turns
per turn,
when you have 3 turns a game, that's all you need.
Yeah. And I know I was playing a game last night, and I only got one. I got three. Obviously, I got 3 tokens, but I only get one a turn. Do I use it on the shape change that I'm gonna goof up? Am I using it on the super senses that I'm gonna go mess up, or do I use it on their attack roll? Right?
Well, it depends what they need to attack. You want to be able to
No, this
change
is me.
the better.
This is me getting attacked, right?
Oh yeah, no, no. I've said depends if they need like 8s, you'll probably save it for the shape change super senses. But if they need like
10s, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Roll it on the prop.
Or no, you need like 7s or like 6s. Probably better to re-roll that one. Yeah.
Right. You had it backwards, but yeah.
Backwards.
But like I'm saying is it's so limited, right? I don't think he'd be as an issue.
But see, it's not limited. You can do it to anything. You can do it to your Killmonger rolls. You can do it to leadership, willpower, like breakaways, anything.
Maybe that's the fix, what you just said there, right? You can only use it on... No, don't make it like a prob. Just make it like a prob plus, where it's like you can use it on prob, super senses. You can use it on anything that prob does, super senses, and shape change, period. Because then you can't use it on like the Killmonger, which turning a 50% roll into 2 50% rolls, fuck that. That's annoying as shit, right? I know that I got to use it last night on a Daredevil roll.
So out of curiosity, have you guys looked at the new Ultra Chase?
Kevin,
No.
yes.
Kevin?
So yeah, he basically
let me read this
anything from Marvel.
You haven't looked at him. Once per turn, Kevin may re-roll a roll made by a Marvel character.
That's I've heard about that one.
It's
stupid.
The same like wording as Blackshirt, but it's restricted to only Marvel characters.
Yeah,
okay.
But
it is also unlimited. There's you can do it every single turn for the entire game.
Hey, guess who's a Marvel character? Killmonger.
Yep.
Yeah. Also,
this guy's only 40 points. Oh my god.
Clay, what happens when you hit him? Oh yeah, that's right. He pops off the map, and you got to do it 2 more times to kill him.
You have to 3 times before you kill him, and he has a 19 defense too. So.
You're not killing him in a game. If a standard 300-point modern game goes to 3 turns, let's say on average per person, unless you hit in turn 1 somehow, now that's happening, right?
Yeah.
You
so
ain't
this is just huge point denial too.
Yeah.
So dumb. I'm tired of them making playable Ultra Chases.
What?
Mephisto's broken.
Awesome.
Mephisto is way too good for 30 points.
But every time you kill him, you get the 30 points.
That's true, but he's annoying to kill.
But he still has super senses shape change.
Super senses shape change.
Yeah, he's got Mystics too. Power Cosmic, so you can't outwit him.
Annoying.
I'm looking forward. I think the age of Elsa Bloodstone is going to be upon us soon. We really need to do an episode about the new set.
We will next week
for sure. Date when the new set's coming out, maybe it would be more relevant. But
I haven't had a chance to check this week, but I know when we were talking about it, we didn't have a date.
I think it's the first week of March, which would be potentially next week, because March 1st is Friday.
I don't think that's. I'm not sure it's true because we would know about the release.
I know I was told like Kong and all those ones are coming out like the 10th.
Kong's I thought it was earlier. I'll pull up my stuff right now.
Kong is March 4th, you're right.
My guy told me he was getting it March 10th, so maybe it drops the 4th and he's just getting it.
It's early March, is my understanding. Yeah. We don't have a date at all.
Kong is March. Kong drops March 6th. Everyone, calm down. Okay. March 6th for Kong.
I'll take March 7th. March 8th. No.
The next phase drops. Pre-release is March 6th. Pre-release that's when next phase starts.
So we have official pre-release,
and then it drops on the 20th. Yes.
Oh, that's exciting. All right,
lovely. So you guys can all send me
this whole podcast.
You guys can all send me product for my birthday.
I said that was the most exciting news of this whole podcast. We have a pre-release date.
Oh my god!
I'm looking forward to Elsa Prime. Personally, I think that piece is.
Why not play both? You can have both Elsas. It's gonna.
I like my healing personally. I don't think normal Elsa's like necessarily that good unless you're like playing exactly Black Lanterns, because then you just win the game.
You know what? Name a piece that is dominant in Modern right now that does not rely upon healing in some way, shape, or form.
They all do.
Ghost Rider.
Has Chthon on it, heals, and has retraded regen.
Doesn't need it though.
Yeah, he does.
He needs it. He totally
That
needs
helps
it.
it. That helps it.
But-
Yeah, like you look at the symbiotes, they all
Spider-
need to
I got
heal.
one. I got one.
Mephisto,
White shirt
Masters
corner.
of Evil,
Yeah.
Soul Sword, so
White shirt.
Apogenesis, Spider-Man, every single thing heals and Black
Orb.
Lanterns.
Orb.
Elsa's going to change meta completely.
Isn't she just too easy to kill though?
She has a stop click. You could, and if you play her at full points, which you could easily do because you put some decent equipment on her, she has 2 stop clicks. You could put a Soul Sword on her.
How many points is full points?
But other
70?
characters can't heal, huh?
Yeah, other characters can't heal.
But I mean, a lot of
Alright.
people on mystical theme teams don't usually require that healing if playing the mystical way, not the aggro like.
You know what
Ghost,
team didn't care about healing?
right.
Scientists.
Don't play.
Camo wants healing, right?
Don't play Gotham Underworld because your
every
Bane will
single
get
team
hosed.
wants healing.
I mean,
Every
healing
single
is
Black
like
shirt. Black shirt.
helpful.
It just shuts down black shirt. Hardcore.
Yeah. I mean, healing is good. Like, there's nothing wrong with healing, but like, I don't think my team necessarily needs it. Like, it's super good. Like, Soul Sword is amazing. Like, Black Shirt's amazing, but
Your
like,
team
Camo.
totally depends on healing because
Yeah, but with Camo
you have
with
2
Flurry, it's
stop
still
clicks
just gonna
with
like.
Camo and you have Flurry Steel Energy.
Yeah, but Camo's still just gonna kill your whole team.
I completely believe that your Camo and APOC and Genesis fully rely on healing. Your team needs healing.
So, but how would you stop Camo from getting to her? And just 2-tapping her.
I feel
You know
like
what? If you're wasting a turn
Mhm.
with your main attacker to go kill a 35-point person that's hosing you, now you only got 1 turn to use him.
because she
you
doesn't
wasted
need to
your
be
turn
anywhere
one
but
to
in
set
the
up.
corner of a map.
That's
hiding,
true.
You know, behind barrier. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't need to be an interactive piece of the game. And sure, you're playing down, but I'll play down 35 points to
Dude,
deprive.
Richard
everybody else.
played
We're
down
calling it the
52
Richard.
points.
It's the Richard
Yeah.
move.
So
Do the Richard.
we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. And Elsa is not going to be a big thing.
Is this going to be a
I
Venom
would be very-
Magneto Chase Thor situation?
No.
Maybe.
Do you remember, Clay?
Yes, I remember. I feel like I'm not allowed to bring that up because Pat will be angry at me. But,
But you,
yes,
you got that argument though, right?
I'm
Because
like
Venom Magneto's still higher value, right?
far and away. Yes, and then the argument kept changing too. It's like, oh well, okay, he's not. Venom Magneto's not going to be. He's the most value. He's the best piece of that set the next week, and then it's like, oh no, well, what it really was. Oh, by the time he goes into he retires from modern, Thor is going to be more valuable than Venom Magneto. Nope, still not the case. But all right,
All
thanks
good.
for
All
bringing that
good.
up. Like
You're welcome.
It's nice that Patrick is infallible, and I was able to get one thing on him, so I'll hold that over him for the rest of his
It happens once in a while.
Preface, it's that Patrick is not infallible.
Pat.
That's Mr.
Too funny. All right. So I know last time we said next week we'll do the new Disney Plus stuff, Marvel
But
Studios.
by next week, we should have like 90% of the set.
Yeah,
we already
we'll have
did.
more
We
of
have
them.
all the commons, uncommons, rares, half of the super rares, and half the chases,
And the Ultra Chase.
and the ultra chase. So
Let's
we're not missing too much of the set.
Once they show the Crocodile God, because we know it's in there,
Yeah.
everyone would be happy or sad at that point. Or
Ah,
everyone
too
that's a Herald's value will spike, right? Any good Herald will spike. Oh,
I mean-
look, current Silver Surfer goes from $300 a guy to $350 now.
funny. Price check on Carnage Surfer.
Oh, it's definitely
A
at
lot.
least
Still 250 at least.
it's
Yeah.
$250 now. Is that 300?
Jeez.
Well, depends on how lucky you get.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Fair.
the thing about the possessors is also it's like, do you want a normal equipment over a possessor? Because they can't be equipped if they have a possessor.
I don't know. If it's free,
That's
it's
also
free.
not- True. I mean, I would
But
I would
you
rather
can
put like one
you
of
can
those
put
on rather than a
possessors,
symbiote.
But you can put possessors on characters that can't normally be equipped.
That's
Like
true.
Kevin. Kevin can't be equipped.
Yeah.
Standard characters can't be equipped, but
100-point apocalypse, or however many points the 2x2 apocalypse is.
There's 100 points.
2x2 apocalypse, lovely.
Necron gets a free.
Oh, that's gonna be
Hippo goddess.
Outwit support.
What's any of them, right? They're all Herald for free.
Yeah, but Necron in particular is great with what's her name because she gets support and outwit.
Yeah.
So now unoutwittable, see through everything, outwit plus support to heal all your other Black Lanterns.
Yeah.
That's busted.
It's really
0 points.
So
yeah,
good.
Hippo lady.
Because Black Lanterns needed more healing.
More help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
maybe in
Yoda's
the Bronze
excited
Age
about
format coming up, one of those porters might be banned, and you might just have to need that healing. So we'll see.
Alright.
I don't know. Like it's on every team. Everyone's building 275, 250.
I feel like if you ban one, you have to ban both. I'm in
Yes.
that boat.
I feel
can't-
the same way.
You can't let White Shirt get banned, and like you lose that +1 attack, and every team has +1 defense. Like when they're both in the format, the +1 attack and defense kind of like cancel each other out.
Hmm.
So like you're still even, but if you lose like the +1 attack in particular, like it's just way harder to hit defend teams. Like, and if
defense
you do
shell.
+1 defense, aggro teams just get more
Because then you
popular.
also lose the pulse wave against the defense shell teams, and then the defense shell teams just become.
Especially like the scientists
unstoppable.
when they chip perplex down your main attacker. It's unless you already have another pulse wave, like you can't pulse wave to blank their perplexes.
The thing.
So it gets harder.
It does. It does. 220. All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else,
No, let's call it.
I'm
I'm
pretty
Alright.
good
excited
right now.
for next phase. I can't wait to talk about more.
Nice.
As you can probably all tell. So
I'll
Even
do
though
the
I have
shifting
a
group.
really dark feeling that the majority of next phase is going to be butts.
of course, but what set is not? Every set.
Yeah.
The Batman team up set, that was a freaking amazing set.
it's
How many-
So
Texas.
it's
How many
notorious.
How many pieces from Batman Team Up see meta play right now?
All the rings.
Okay, but that's not like
It's like
it's not
20% of the booster, buddy. 20% of the booster.
but it's not always a ring. It
That's
could be-
better than most sets that you
Those are
can.
the super rare primes are pretty popular.
Batman's
Mhm.
popular, and then like the Scrappy's are
Shaggy,
Shaggy.
Shaggy,
Shaggy.
Scrappy,
Some of the Teen Titans guys get seed play. Red
Dark,
Raven,
Deathstroke sees a lot of play.
right?
You know.
It's just
Martian
weird.
Manhunter sees a little bit.
Yeah, Clay, your boy
decent
Andrew.
sets.
I think Andrew Young was playing
Yeah.
Deathstroke Black
The
Hand.
legacy cards from
Yeah.
that set. The
I
I was
majority.
really excited. Andrew.
Okay, we're not gonna count
This
World
is the
Finals.
first time that he played
Mhm.
in an event, and he's been a long time player, and he was very excited to tell me he's going to go play in the event, and he put together, I thought, a pretty interesting team. Used
Mhm.
Deathstroke to disperse Black Lantern keyword, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
was cool.
unfortunately saw him at the bottom table there towards the end, but I saw his team. I was like, oh, that's actually very creative. Like, I
I
like
thought
it.
he said he went 2-2 actually.
Oh, did he? Well, he was downstairs. So
Yeah, he might have been
For
on
the very first time he's ever played bronze, I thought that's
It's really
actually
good.
pretty decent.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's
Yeah.
pretty solid.
that's good.
so
Oh, yeah,
He's a very good player. I think if he plays more, I think you might start to see him in the top tables.
nice. He made it
Yeah.
sound worse. So, but yeah, I like the team. It was very creative. Yeah, it was definitely a good twist on the Black Lantern stuff. But Clay's gonna shut that shit down with Elsa.
Aw.
Be like, sorry, little Andrew.
And we haven't
Not
even
today,
talked
buddy.
about Kong. So let's
Oh.
Kong
save
is-
that for next time too. All right.
Kong-
Looking
Just
really
saying,
looking
the
forward to
team that I built last night had Kong on it, and
Yeah.
he beat
Kong. That
Isaac.
might be the next team I play. Might be a
Ooh.
Kong team. Watch out, guys. We might have a Kong mirror, Patrick.
Ooh, dude, Kong's gonna be cool. I'm
Pretty
excited
sure
about
my
him.
ape is bigger than yours.
I mean, if you're playing 200 points, then yeah.
What's an ape with you? All right. Well, until next time.
One last thing, Jeff. One last thing.
Go.
When is our next event?
I'm working
Yep.
on that.
That's a good question.
Armando's gonna host another one. The Baragons are working on it.
Fast
We'll get another one out in Vegas soon.
Is
Oh,
it
something
weird
sense, though.
that I think that now I'm going to throw this back at Clay since he brought it up, that Clay should, post a big event, kind of like Champion Clicks, but call it HC like units event or something like that.
Dude, let's do it on the West Coast.
I will tell you right now.
I'm a programmer, not an organizer.
No, but you got name, buddy.
Like...
You got name, and if you do it, Roll and I will host it for you here in Vegas. Since we have all the connections. Consider
I hate going to Vegas.
Hey man, we have all the best venues out here.
You also have the worst traffic in between our two locations too. So
we'll shuttle you
in the summer. Like the warehouse probably won't be that cold.
Yeah. Oh.
It might get really hot though. So just light, folks.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we're not playing outside.
That's for all that I love NorCal for. You know what's the worst thing about NorCal? Oh yeah, that's right. Getting a place to stay where you don't feel like you're going to get raped or murdered at night.
All right. So I sent you all my opinions and research of the hotels in Union City for you to stay at, and you all picked the worst one.
I'm just telling you.
It had the lowest rating on Yelp.
Mine was fine. My hotel was fine. I don't know what, like, did you just need to rent a hotel by the hour or something? Like,
no, it's called letting Pidgeotto take over that.
Dude, no, like you saw the sheet that I did, right? It was very detailed.
I did. The problem is our plans drastically changed when one of our crewmates became a giant baby and canceled out on the fucking week beforehand. And we had to get a room.
Or you guys all made up now?
No, he's still a massive bitch. And we needed a room that had 2 separate rooms and an area in between so that I would not strangle the bitch, right? Or if he became bitchy, we could send him off to his own room, right? Because this is how this works, okay? And Nicholas, or Pidgeotto as you all know him, took care of that. And then I get a phone call going, can you please guarantee you're going to go? Because I know you're having troubles with getting the days off with work. And I went, sure, I'll call some favors in and guarantee it tonight for you. Why? And then I'm told the whole sad story why he can't go, right? Because the bitch decided to go, I'm taking all my dollies and going home because I'm angry with Pidgeotto. That's how that shit happens, okay? I love NorCal going there, but you know what? There's no food in the area, right? I will say, eating in that guy's backyard, not a bad thing. Beer was delicious. Kombucha was delicious, but a little weird, right?
Where was this? You ate in somebody's backyard?
No, there was like a beer garden. So there's like a little restaurant next to the beer garden, and then we just went back to the beer garden and sat at some tables under some heaters and an overhang. It wasn't a garden. There's lots of tables or a backyard. There's like, it's very nice. It's very nice. Brandon, you can go there all the time.
It wasn't nice, but it felt like someone's backyard.
I think I must have missed this.
No, that was Thursday night. You didn't come in yet.
Wednesday night. I think it was Wednesday, Thursday night.
Thursday night when you guys came in.
When you guys came in.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
If you guys came in Wednesday, we were going to go to Monterey and do some clam chowder tasting.
Your town.
But his location is the perfect location
because than my town.
He's within a mile from an In-N-Out burger.
It's true.
National averages beat your opinion, Brandon. Go back to the sea, Squidward.
No, I just used to live in the good part of Vegas, I guess.
There's only one part of Vegas because it's
okay. I was gonna say, isn't the good part of Vegas like an oxymoron?
Yes, it is.
Hey, at least we don't have bums like hanging out in the bathrooms.
No, you have dead bodies. Okay.
Hey, we try and hide those, all right?
Yeah,
be careful, you're gonna be the next one.
I don't know, man. My state has an open carry policy.
Yeah, not California.
Yours doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, you didn't see it coming then, apparently.
Patrick stays strapped. Good to know.
We have much higher taxes than you, so
how is that a bad thing? Thanks, Clay. Go back to your golden palace.
I was just trying to be diplomatic and think of at least one good thing about Vegas.
The no income tax.
Bowl,
It's
and it
pretty
was
solid.
considered one of the best Super Bowls in history, apparently. I don't know.
I don't think that was
pretty
because
lit.
of Vegas. I think it was because of the game.
Even though the Usher's halftime show was garbage, in my opinion.
I
Was
enjoyed
at least no, I wouldn't say garbage. Boring, I think is the word I would
I
say.
liked it. I'm an easy pleaser.
That's true.
I'm not surprised.
Simple.
All right. Should we call it?
Until next time, friends, don't forget to practice rolling your dice.
Bye, guys.
Good
Take
night.
it easy.
Shake it, Cali. West Coast.